What's wrong with this? This is the shotgun school of prophecy. Okay? Because if we flip back, you'll see that there's stuff in there that sort of has happened. Okay? But this is the throw enough mud at a wall and some of it will stick and you'll be a genius school of prediction. And I've sort of done that in a light-hearted way to try and round off. Because I'm going to do one light-hearted thing and then one thing to think about and then we can have a chat. Okay? I sat down and thought, if we had the great power over death that the readers of the Biological Time bomb thought they were going to get, which great 1960s rock star would we have chosen to preserve? Would it have been John Lennon? Or perhaps Janis Joplin, arguably greatest white blues singer of all time? Jimi Hendrix, live at Berkeley at the time? Or my own personal favourite, the man, the Lizard King, Jim Morrison, the rock gods, rock god. Okay? The short answer, I believe statistically, is none of the above. The most likely candidate is this man, Engelbert Humperdinck. More weeks at #1 in 1967 than all of the others put together. So whenever somebody says that they can foretell what the future will look like, and this is important when we are discussing advanced ideas, try and think of Engelbert. But I will leave you with a sort of semi-serious question, which is, supposing you do want to spend forever listening to "Please release me, let me go," here are some dates for your diary. As some of you, I think, know, the universe is about 15 billion years old. The sun's sort of middle-aged as stars go. It's sort of losing its hair a bit. Okay. Homo sapiens, about 200,000 years ago. First civilizations, some would argue, have yet to emerge. Those were more radical men would say about 7,000 years ago. Average life expectancy today, 77 years ago. Average life expectancy in the Neolithic, about 25. Okay. Progress works. Progress is good for you. Progress has got your chance of living to 77 from 1 in 2,000 in the Neolithic to about 1 in 2. Estimated time before life becomes unable to support, Earth becomes unable to support life, about 100 million years. So by then, you'll be wanting to move on somewhere else because the neighbourhood will be going downhill if you're immortal. And obviously, about another 5 billion years, different solar system, but there'll be plenty to pick from. 300 extrasolar planets already. Okay, end of the universe, 100 to 300 billion years. The classical argument where there's a little bit of wobble on the data. Okay, what I'm trying to stress is that when people casually say in the pub, "I want to live forever," my response is, forever is a bloody long time. And the fact that forever is a bloody long time allows us to explore something very interesting about us right now, which is where I normally leave things. Okay? There's a classic argument about who is inside your head listening to me. And this is an argument, I believe, first put by the Enlightenment philosopher John Locke. And I'll sort of summarise it. It's popular in science fiction, you find it a lot. You know, we wander around the British Museum, and in one of the cases, you find a bust, and it's you. It's your face, and it's even got your name neatly written on it. But you look back, and you have no memories of being alive in the Roman Empire. And you rummage back, and you have no memories of anything further back than about 70 years. But you start to dig up in the attic, because you know what it's like. It's been a while since you've tidied. And it is a while since you tidied. You don't remember the papyri at all. Okay? Nor do you remember that bag of siege tokens you stashed from the Civil War. Okay? But you have no memory of any of this. You just have the items. This is a classic problem. Since the personality, the self, is composed of memories, if you lose the memories, is the person inside my head the same person who listened 5 years ago? Okay? It is a classic argument the interesting thing, it falls right into the ethics of life extension. The interesting thing is that people that think that lifespan extension is awful, and people that think that lifespan extension is overdue, agree on the core of the problem. And there are ways around it, there are arguments about you are causally related. But I think the whole argument is a non-argument. Because what it probably says is that the most you can help for is to be the successive mental tenants of a house that doesn't need fixing quite as regularly as it does now, which is worth looking at in its own right as a good. And so actually, focusing on a 10,000-year lifespan probably distracts us from the central thing, which is to focus on reducing morbidity by the means that we can reasonably have at our disposal right now. And if you can